All right, everyone. Steve Remy here with Fat to Fat Cycling, and we got episode 5. We got some great things coming. It's been 6 months since we started this beast, and a big crash here just happened a few weeks ago. We got some fun stuff coming up, so stick around, and we're going to dive right in. Hey everyone, Steve Remy here with Fat to Fast Cycling, and we got episode 5. That's right, it's actually been 6 months since we started this sick experiment to gain as much weight as we can, and then to hop back on the bike and train for 6 months and win a race. Now, here's what we got. So it's been 6 months since May 10th, hopped on the bike May 10th. And I was 230 pounds. A lot of you might remember some of those photos. I do think I look a little bit skinnier now. Getting there, not quite yet, but getting there. So, anyway, got up to 230 pounds. Got back on the bike, completely out of shape. Not one iota of fitness. And the goal was to get back in shape and win a race in 6 months. Well, we were close. And I felt like if we would have had probably one more race day, probably would have had it because I really started coming around there the last month. So the last race I raced, we're actually going to go into real quick here, and we're going to look at there was 2 races I did. One got video and the other one didn't. Forgot to turn on my GoPro. So the second race, I raced and I actually remembered to turn it on. So the first race, there was a breakaway. I missed the breakaway. I tried to attack a few times myself, and then when I went back to rest, the brake went. And then, so I didn't get it. And then I ended up getting, then a couple other guys. Bagley got off the front with some other guy, and so there was like 8 guys away, the 9 guys away, and then so in the age groups, I ended up getting like 5th. Passed a couple of good sprinters there at the end. So my sprint is still not. It's probably about 80% right now, but it's getting faster, getting back to where it should be. So I'm looking forward to next year. Next year starts right around the corner, just a couple months. We're probably looking at late January. So we are right around the corner. So it's time to just keep going. So real quick, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look back. So you're looking at a picture right now, and we're going to look back to where, let's look at the first video. Boy, that guy is seriously thick, man. I can honestly say. Yeah, that's pretty thick. That's 230 pounds, and I hadn't even ridden. Pretty funny, huh? That's crazy. So where we're at now, it's been 6 months. There was a race canceled, the last race, the November race, which I was really, really looking forward to. That was kind of like, that was the one I was really eyeing to really make this thing happen because I felt it coming around. So, I had to really stop the weight loss. I couldn't drop as much as I can because my training was suffering. So halfway through, after about like the 3rd month, I really had to start just kind of eating normal. So I was bonking too much. I was just really taking myself way over the edge of not eating. And it was suffering as soon as I started eating again, I felt my power come back. It was like crazy. And that's when I started to eat good, and more than what I was. So I started coming back, started definitely coming back there with the power, and had some fun races. So we're going to dive right in. So this is CBR race, and it was October 17th. And this is the second. It was pretty uneventful race. It was definitely a slower race than the first one. But the end got pretty fast. The last 2 laps. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you just into the last 2 laps. That's where kind of everything happens. Okay, here we go into the second race. So right now this is coming up. We just crossed the line with 2 to go. And the leader right there, the leader of the series, I don't know his name. There is Shane right there. He's my teammate in the white. Got an LAL guy right there, or method guy. There goes Garbo right there. So here's what's happening. It's 2 to go. There's now like 1 3/4. And it's kind of getting lively. I know I got some room. It wasn't a big pack. There's probably still, I don't know, there's probably like 30. There's like 40 guys, I think, 50 guys. So I'm kind of staying close to the front, close enough where I could get up pretty quick. Just kind of hanging back, kind of sit on Shane's wheel here, and I tell him, actually let him know that I'm there, and just kind of moving up. And now right here is that's actually on the next lap, so we'll go. So this is where everyone kind of starts moving up a little bit. So you've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So I'm sitting here probably like 14th or so, 13th or 14th, and I'm okay here because there's the road is so wide, it's good. Now I probably should have this is where Shane kind of moves up, I believe, and I go with him to just try and get a little bit closer to the front. I don't want to put in too many time. We're kind of close enough right here. What I'm hoping for is that Shane will get closer, like move into like position 4 or 5 right here, and he's getting there, but it just wasn't. Is what's happening. We're going kind of fast here. I would say we're probably doing about 28, 29. Just came over the little hill, and this is where it's all screws up. So it kind of slows up right here. The guys in front slow up, which causes this crap. All of a sudden, 1, and all of a sudden I start feeling the swarm 2. So I'm getting kind of boxed in. I got to go to the other side. I'm boxed in there. I have nowhere to go. Guys are coming. Now I'm probably sitting about 15th or 16th, right around there. Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still probably like 13th or 14th. So I'm kind of maintaining. There's Pat Boss. He's going. So I check outside. There's Scott on the blue on the outside. And I'm going. At this point, I'm going, oh, I got screwed. Everyone's passing me. I literally almost just thought, no. I'm just gonna. And then I stopped that thinking and moved up, Pat. So if we stop, I'm going to stop it right here. So literally, we got 2 corners to go, and you've got way up here. I think that's Patrick up there for Laguna Cyclery. And you've got 1, 2, I think there's 3 or 4 guys in here. 5, 6. There's Garbo. Garbo's got his teammate on his wheel. And I don't know who this guy is from Evoke. And then looks like another guy on this outside. So I think about 13th or 14th. This is where I decided right here. It's like I couldn't wait for the last corner. If I was going to do something, I'm going to like have to start my sprint like way out. So that's what I decided to do. I decided it's time to go. So I passed him, passed that guy. It's 1, 2, 3. Passed this guy 4. Garbo moved right over for me. That was like perfect. Got a little bit of a rest. So there's coming. Past Shane. Past Garbo. And then coming up, I almost got Patrick. Patrick was right there. Patrick actually like let it out. I almost got it. So I was actually, funny thing is, in my age group, there the guy that the youngest guy was the guy in the yellow right up there, and he was the series leader. And so the 3 guys behind him were all my age group. So I missed the podium like by 1 in that sprint. So anyway, I felt good. I felt the sprint numbers are still coming up there. I actually felt stronger in that race than I did in the first race. My numbers for the first race, I think it was like 50 minutes, and my normalized power was, I think, 315, and I felt really good. I didn't like go super hard because I knew I was going to go for 3 races on that day. So I just kind of sat in. Like I said, I went off on a couple of attacks, but it wasn't that hard of a race. So I felt pretty decent. Anyway, everything's coming around, which I was super bummed that they canceled the November the November race. I was so looking forward to that. Had that on the schedule and kind of gearing up for it. And then all of a sudden, boom, they canceled it. So within that one day, there's two good races for me. That I've got the opportunity for. More weight was coming off. I've lost more. I'm kind of hanging right now around that 200 mark, which is 30 pounds down. Now's the big kicker. So here's what we got. We are now going to, for this whole November, I've decided to switch over to going full keto, and that's basically no carbs. I mean, I'm eating maybe 30 grams of carbs a day, which if you're trying to train, that's nothing. Now, the good thing is you can't, being it's November, everyone's kind of off right now. People are taking time off. There's still like some fast Wednesday ride is still going, but I've taken my time right now. Is what I'm doing is just taking November, and my rides are really short, 1 to 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. Usually no breakfast. Trying not to eat till like 1 or 2 p.m. So I'm just getting that long burn, and just really focusing on what I'm putting in versus just kind of shoveling some shit down, which is what I do sometimes. So it's kind of laying off the whiskey, laying off the wine here for a couple of weeks. That makes a huge difference, especially when you're on keto. Keto just stops the process. It doesn't reverse the process. Wine does, but the whiskey, vodka here just kind of stops the process. But I'm just trying to give my liver a break and just clean everything out and just go fully kind of clean for November, and seeing if I could drop another 10, 15 pounds by January and be really, really ready. I'd love to be going into the next season about another 20 pounds lower now, and I would just be flying. So getting pretty stoked for that. So that's kind of the goal. We didn't make it. We didn't make the one race, but I did get, a fifth and a fourth. Almost made the podium on that last race, and passed a lot of guys in the sprint. Even in the first race, I passed a lot of guys too, which was great. Just kind of feel like things are coming around. Now, again, I'm probably like about 75%, 80% right now. That's kind of, I'm definitely all right with that, because I got, once December hits, December's going to be like full gas, just getting ready for, December, and half of January is going to be hard training, some good training, and really just kind of tune things up to be ready to go the first of the season. So the good thing is I'm kind of taking everything that I've built up, even though I didn't get to win that race that I was going for. Did pretty good considering this. The first race I went to, like a month and a half later when I started, I was still like 218 pounds. I barely finished, and that was pretty much of a flat race. It was one of the ones with a little tiny hill in it, but I was struggling. I mean, I was struggling staying in the pack. So to go from that in, 4 months to getting up there and leading, and then having a sprint like that at the end, everything's kind of coming around, so I'm definitely happy with that. So that's it for the racing. Now, what I'm going to show you some juicy stuff. So there was another race. There was that Into the Lion's Den, and I was signed up for the amateur race, and which would have been even better for me because it was 4-corner, flat, fast. I mean, that was just absolutely perfect for me. I was going to go up to that, and I still would have been taking just everything right into the last race right into that race up in Sacramento. And then this happened. So let's show you kind of what happened. So I'm just sitting on a Wednesday ride. This guy's behind me. All of a sudden, look what happens. Boom. This guy on the left hits me, hits my wheel so hard, launches me. I went flying down pretty hard. Luckily, we weren't going that fast. Guy runs over my bikes, breaks a lot of things, broke the cage. I thought I was pretty hurt on there. And I thought I was pretty hurt on there. I couldn't move for a minute because I landed so hard on my hip there. Um, that it was just, man, it hurt pretty bad. So a lot of you seen that already. I already posted it. Um, but that happened a week and a half before the Into the Lion's Den that I had planned on going up there, racing the amateur race. And so that didn't work. I had pretty much had to take off some time to kind of heal this. Now, I do have got a plug here. Let me tell you, I got to tell you, this is pretty awesome. So Nick, one of my friends, and he's been part of Monster Racing Team, and he owns this bug out bag, this new bug out bag company that I wanted to give him a shout out for. This thing was awesome. So he was literally like 5 miles away after we finished. I got back up, finished the Wednesday ride, went to his van, and he pulls out this first aid kit that unlike I've never seen. And let me actually show it to you. Let me go to his website here. So it is bugoutgobags.com. And not only does it have like all kinds of bags for like bug out bags, but it's got like this first aid kit. This first aid kit was insane. I mean, look at this. It's like it's huge. So we got back to his van. He pulls this out and just cleans me up. And I gotta say, it was pretty cool. And so I just want to give him a shout out. This is it. And some of these bug out bags, man, I can tell you that. So they've got car kits. They got everything in here. Dog kits. They even have full dog kits. Let me actually go back to that so you guys could see it. So they got the first aid kits here. They got even dog kits for large and small dogs, backpacks to put on dogs. I mean, that is like kick ass. And it's all filled with stuff in it. Charging bags. There's Nick. So anyway, you guys check it out. I will honestly say that it was pretty awesome having that thing around. So another thing that I learned, and a lot of you know it, if you're old cyclists or medium cyclists, whatever, if you've gone down, the word Tegaderm, because it is something that you need. Well, I didn't have any. I haven't crashed in a long time. I usually don't go out thinking that I'm going to crash, but I didn't have anything. Nick gave me some to take back, and that stuff is absolutely gold. And most people always say that you have to have it stocked, and it's so expensive in the store. So the one thing I want to share with you is where I got this stuff on Amazon for like so much. It was incredible how much you get, and I'm going to show it to you real quick here. So this is the Amazon. It's the New Isles. It's the transparent film, and it's the 4x4.5. And there are these big kind of things that you just kind of peel off here, and you clean your wound and you stick that on there, and it's just like the Tegaderm. It's not actually like it, but it is. You've got $19 and you get 50 of them. You get 50 of those full 4x4.75. Where if you go into any drugstore and try and get the Tegaderm, you get 8 of them. You get 8 of these little things for like $15 or $18. So definitely go on there and just pick that up, because the good thing is you could cut this down to size. You cut these down to size if you get smaller rash or bigger rash. But my leg just healed up great. It's like, with that on there, I kept it on the whole time and made sure it was cleaned. I took a shower, cleaned it, put some antibiotic on it, dried it out just a little bit, and then put some of that on there and just left it, and it stuck. I could sleep, and it was fine. So definitely recommend going to get that. Again, I'll put up the little box here. It is, oops, sorry. Can you see it? Anyway, it's called New Hiles, and it's transparent film dressing, and they've got a couple of different sizes on there. So go check it out. So next, I want to share with you guys a trailer real quick. So I don't know if you know, but so I'm kind of part of Hawaii Epic Cycling, helping Chris DeMarchi get his company off the ground, and I run all the websites for him. Created that and got him going on the social media, and hopefully I'll be living there someday soon and building a company with him and doing tours. So, but a new trailer came out. Kind of wanted to show you guys. This is pretty damn cool. So I'll stick around here. Let's see if we get it up here.
Charles crashed going uphill at 4 miles an hour.
This is the hardest thing I've done in my life.
When you're riding for 8 to 9 hours on Mauna Kea, you're climbing the entire time. This is the steepest part coming up.
Time to go.
We're going to start hitting altitude right now. We're like 7,500. So you travel 3 miles and it takes you roughly an hour.
No flipping way. They won't let him through.
I feel so bad for Charles. I want to cry, actually.
If the mindset's there, you'll finish, no matter what.
The lower back hurts, the leg hurts. I feel numb in my hand and it seems like it's getting worse. When is this gonna end? Because I was sick of this road.
By the way, for the record, that's the shittiest I've ever seen that rip. It's fucked up, dude.
Man, life's good. I live for a moment like that. Going back home with lifetime memories. That's what cycling's all about.
Yeah, so that was Charles. I don't know if you guys have seen him before. He is a cycling YouTuber, pretty big. And I'll actually put his link to the website down below there in the comments. Definitely go check it out. So the movie of that trailer is going to be out on November 19th, and I've already seen kind of a preview of it, and I will tell you, it's amazing. And this is kind of what we're building with Hawaii Epic Cycling. We have their 7 big adventures. Go check it out, HawaiiEpicCycling.com. And there's 7 big adventures, but you can actually build your own as well. So if you know someone that wants to come out and do around the island, do up the biggest climbs, we got them all. The coffee ride is my favorite. That is amazing, amazing ride through all the coffee fields. You go down, it's about 3,000 to 4,000 feet of climbing. You go down, you come up, you're riding along the coast, where everyone's snorkeling. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal, that ride is. So anyway, you guys go check that out. And just want to thank you guys for sticking around the 6 months. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this thing rolling. I'm going to keep you guys a lot more involved here as we get faster and faster. Starting, I'm going to be going back to filming on my bike 4 views. We're going to have the front view, we're going to have the back view, and then I'm putting 2 cameras on the side for the races that I'm going to be filming all coming up when the season starts at CBR. And I'll be, because those are kind of flat, and or not flat, but they're just a little bit wider races. I take a little bit more chance with those, and hopefully get some good footage for you guys. So Anyway, thanks for sticking around. And what I'm going to do here, so right now, again, this month, whole November, full keto month, no breakfast. Usually, I would say 6 days out of the week, I'm eating no breakfast right now and riding an hour to an hour and a half. Some days I'll eat breakfast, and then like one day a week I'll eat breakfast and go for like a 2 or 3 hour ride. But we're trying to drop as much weight as we can here in the November month, and then kind of power it back on for December. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking with me, and look forward to bringing you some more content. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell. Every new video you get will pop up, and I appreciate all the support. Take care.